think now we'll go into the summit.
Okay.
And I wanted to start with an overview for the summit, just to give people the background of kind of like what we're discussing.
Okay.
So with the Jasiri Network Summit, it's happening on the 20th and 21st of December. And the reason why we're doing this is, one, Jasiri Network is going to be 2 years in December, which is something that I'm really excited about. And it being Kenyan founded by myself, we've never actually been to Kenya. And I was like, why not? Like, we need to go to Kenya, more so during the holidays when you have lots of Kenyans who are working the diaspora or abroad in Kenya, and also other Africans like, you know, yourself and JC. And I wanted it to be kind of like an annual thing. We normally say in December, we normally have like when Kenyans from abroad are coming here, we call them summer bunnies.
Summer bunnies.
Summer bunnies.
Wow.
It's a thing. And you find that like there are lots of like festivals, music, just like, you know, entertainment. Sorry, going on, and we call it sherehe, so entertainment.
Okay.
We call it sherehe. And I've struggled over the years, like the 5 years I've been away from home. It's great when I'm back home, but then apart from just going out and having a good time, I also want to have meaningful conversations with other people who are kind of like, you know, across the diaspora. And out of like my group circles, a lot of us, some of them are in Kenya, but some also are like in the US, in the islands, British Islands, like they're everywhere, like in Europe. And so when you're back, I'm also trying to kind of, you know, find them where they are and kind of ask what's going on wherever they are. Like, what are they doing? What are they investing in? Are they investing in the, you know, countries of residence? Are they investing back in Kenya? You know, how's the state been? Like, it's just so many questions. Are they planning on moving back? How does that look like? So I always have lots of questions, and I figured instead of me trying to find people one by one, why don't I create a space where we can all converge and then just have more guided, meaningful conversation. That's kind of like how the path of Jasiri Summit was kind of brought into life. So we have 2 days. We have the 21st of December, which is the main day. And the theme, because this is our very first one, it's our inaugural Nairobi Summit. The theme is celebrating African diaspora talents.
Amazing.
Because I think as Africans, we do a great job of celebrating like our athletes. Like, you know, Ellen Kipchoge, you know, Faith, you know, all these amazing, you know, athletes. We celebrate them, and rightfully so, because they bring so much.
They're doing great.
Like, you know, like what? And we also do a great job of like celebrating innovation coming up of the continent, and you know, all these amazing startups raising millions of USD and kind of changing lives, and I think that's amazing. And we also do a great job of celebrating our entertainers, Sauti Sol, Diamond, you know. And I was like, why are we also not celebrating the talent? You know, because there are people who are actually doing incredible things out there.
That's
you
very
know,
true.
running in tech, ESG, starting companies abroad, but we are not really celebrating that type of talent. And I was like, I want to recognize them. I want them to know that we see them and we appreciate what they're doing for their home countries.
Yeah.
And even more so, the kind of topics you're going to be handling at the summit are going to be around career opportunities abroad and how people kind of come across these opportunities.
Yeah.
Myself having, you know, moved across for, you know, a career, I moved, I literally found the job on the company's website. I applied.
It's incredible.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But some people don't know you can actually do that.
That's true.
And even sometimes you don't need any, you know, you don't need anyone to find the jobs for you. You just kind of figure out where do you want to go and apply for the jobs. And this is across tech, financial services, you know, legal, like whatever. And with Jasiri Network, I've done quite a great job of just highlighting how you can do this. I wanted to bring that home and answer those questions. Everybody's asking me questions on LinkedIn about finding jobs in the UK, in the US. You better be there because you will have all these people in the room so they can ask the questions.
And just build your network.
Build your network because you never know where the career takes you.
Never know.
Because I never thought I would be in the UK, but you know, here I am. And then the other thing was around well-being. So we'll be discussing well-being, physical, mental, emotional. I've experienced it firsthand. You guys,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah, I've
being in your
experienced it.
jobs, you know how it can be quite intense, and if you're not mindful of kind of what's going on, you might. I feel you can go down a path that can be quite
Yeah.
difficult.
It is very difficult
Yeah,
to
and
navigate
then
that.
we'll be discussing investments as well, financial, property, venture.
I can't wait. I can't
Yeah,
wait. I
there's
can't
a
wait.
lot.
And then also
A lot
things
is
around
cooking.
moving back to your home country or to
Yes.
the African continent. I know, Somali, we've been discussing
Yes,
that. I know
yes.
business opportunities as well. Like, setting up your businesses across multiple
Countries. Yeah.
jurisdictions
Yeah.
and back home as well. How that looks like. So before I even go to the other day, I don't know if there are any kind of specific areas where you might want to touch on a little bit. JC, I'll start with you.
About the summit.
Yes, the different discussion points.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I'd be more
Which one
interested
resonates with you?
Yeah, so I would be interested in the investments back home,
okay.
finding out what other people are doing.
Yes.
So being at the summit, being in the right mindset,
Yeah.
introducing myself to those networks, I believe
Yes.
I'd be able to get something out of it.
Yes.
Because there's, as you say, people are doing incredible things,
You know,
but we're
people
never
are buying
really
houses.
Yeah,
And
we're never
people
really
are buying houses
connected.
in the UK, in Kenya, in Nairobi. I think there's a fantastic job happening with like the real estate.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're also going to have these different companies coming to speak and kind of showcasing what they're doing. And these are like legit businesses,
Yeah.
that we can vouch for. They're kind of doing all this. So you're on the investment.
I'm on the investment.
Okay.
Let's make this money.
Okay. Yes. What about you, Somali?
Well, as an honorary Kenyan,
Yeah.
I'm just really looking forward to building my network.
Okay.
I've met such amazing people already from
Yeah.
Kenya, and
Yeah.
I just feel like this summit is going to be a place for me to meet so many more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also thinking about making that move back home, and I want to
Yes.
build and understand how other people have done it, how
I'm
they
excited for
started.
you.
Yeah,
So
no, I am too.
I'm really looking forward to meeting all the different people that come, whether you're speaking or attending, and just really learning and hearing other people's stories, because I think the more we speak,
Yeah.
the more we can share,
Yeah.
and the more we can build.
Yeah, you know
Sure.
what? I love that so much because I've been seeing. I know traditionally you'd find people moving back in their 50s
Yes.
or in their 60s as a retirement plan, but now I think times have changed and people are moving back to the African continent at younger age,
Ages, yeah.
and moving for more productive
Reasons,
reasons and businesses and career. Because I have quite a couple of people who, like yourself, they were either born here or they moved here when they were young, and they're really keen to reconnect with their home
Yes,
countries,
it's that
with their mother
reconnection,
countries,
yeah.
and also just seeing like, because everybody is saying Africa is the future, and Africa is the
is.
future.
Is the future.
So you have to be
Yeah.
on the continent to
Youngest
kind of be ready
Get
for
population,
that.
understand it.
You know,
untapped potential. There's a lot.
academically educated.
Yeah.
Like, we have amazing talent back home, which is something that I'm even so passionate about, because with the summit, I'm looking at making sure I'm putting African Kenyan companies on the forefront.
Yeah.
Our ticketing platform is by a local company in
Amazing.
Kenya, which allows people to
Wow.
even pay in M-Pesa, which is
Yeah.
M-Pesa is a Kenyan payment platform and
Yeah.
system. Our events company is also Kenyan owned, Kenyan run, very young people as well. We're also going to have a charity for the summit, Kenyan owned. They're actually based in
Yes.
Mombasa. I'm really
Amazing.
excited. Like the different companies we're going to work with. I'll share later on. We'll talk about that. And this is me kind of believing in the talent that's back home. And also making sure we're amplifying their voices,
Yeah.
and making sure as Africans in the diaspora we're playing our part in
for sure.
in also just helping them cross over, right? I think everybody knows this, but the brand designer for Jasiri Network, this one, is also Kenyan based, and
Yeah.
he's also the one helping us with the visuals for the summit. So I'm really excited about that. And and then we have another day on the 20th of December. We have the pre-event reception, and this is going to be more for key stakeholders. We have businesses, startups, organizations, operators. So if you operate between multiple countries, so either Kenya and the UK or Kenya and other countries, and you kind of are part of like international business, that's going to be somewhere where you really want to be. And the aim for the pre-event reception is really building international business networks and relations, and also just seeing resources and support available for cross borders. And I think if you really want to get the best out of the summit, if you have a business, if you think of getting into business, the pre-event reception is really key. And something I haven't mentioned is for both of these days, we'll have different companies. We'll be partnering with different companies to come and add more value to the summit. So it's not just me. I wish, but we have some really incredible partners on ground. So that's the overview for the summit.
So will that also be a ticketed event?
It is a ticketed event.
Okay.
Thanks, Jace.
Yeah.
This is why we need Jace. So the summit is a ticketed event. The tickets are out, and we'll be able to share them. Like if you go online and search Jasiri Network, you'll be able to find them.
Yeah,
amazing.
Easily, like
Perfect.
LinkedIn, Instagram, website. Like we are everywhere, so
Yeah.
you'll find
So
us.
book now.
Yes. So we have a few questions, quick questions
quick
around the summit.
Okay.
And we have a bit more, a mixture of like some, summit stuff and some other not so serious stuff about the summit.
Okay.
I think this you might have already covered, but what are you most excited about the Jasiri Network first ever summit in Nairobi? You said investment.
Yeah, I've said investment. I
Yes.
think.
And is this property?
Yeah, real estate.
Okay.
You did speak about that a lot of people from the diaspora, not
Yes.
just the UK.
Yes.
So we're gonna have people from America,
Yes.
people from everywhere.
Yes.
So yeah, just meeting global people, great
Awesome.
mindset, great visionaries.
Yes.
Yeah. As you said, people are doing great things.
Wow.
People are doing great
Building a lot.
things.
So
Yeah.
let's talk investments.
People think that just because somebody's in the diaspora, they're kind of acing it. I tend to joke like the people that are in the diaspora are the ones who couldn't make it on the continent. Don't come for me. But yeah, because like if you think about it, in the jungle, if you're being scared of fighting it out throughout with the other animals, like you move out,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So the best talent is left on the continent.
I'm out of
but
here.
don't come for me. Yeah, you said about like moving back. So
Yes.
I have a question for me,
Yeah,
for
sure.
you. What are some of the things are kind of like exciting about moving back? And you're moving back for a career as well.
Yes.
In ESG.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've been working in ESG for the last 5-7 years in
Yes.
London. I've worked for global companies
Yeah.
around the world. And I was like, I've learned so much here. And actually, I feel like in Africa, we're not asking sometimes these corporate companies to do more. And that's what ESG is all about. So I really...
Remind us, what does ESG stand for?
So ESG is environmental social governance. It's things that corporate companies can do to give back to the areas that they're working. So
Yes.
whether that's cleaning up oceans, creating jobs, apprenticeships, or just basically giving money to charities that are doing some amazing work.
Yeah.
And so that's what I manage here in
Yeah.
London.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this happening in Africa? And I did a little bit of research and I saw that it is, but
Yes.
it's still very new.
Yes,
Because
ESG generally is quite
It's
new.
a very
It is,
new
and
phenomenon.
it is because I feel like it's been there, but not as
ESG.
ESG.
Yeah, because I think before it was kind of seen as corporate social responsibility
Yes.
or just charitable work.
Yeah.
But now it's like, even in the UK, it's by
Yeah.
law. If you are making profits over
Yeah.
a certain threshold,
Yeah.
you have to give back.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to become the norm across the world.
Yeah.
And I think Africa, or even in Kenya or
Yeah.
East Africa,
Yeah.
it could be a space for me to go and
Yeah.
basically imprint that and
Yeah.
basically do some more work. So after being back to Uganda, Kenya,
Yeah.
and Tanzania, I was like, you know what? I want that life. I want that sunshine. I want that food. And I also want to build my roots. I've
Yeah.
been able to have an amazing education and career here in London. And I kind of want to go and see what that would look like in
Yeah.
Africa and back
Yeah.
home. So for me, I'm really excited about having these sort of conversations, speaking to people that are, whether they're building, investing, and seeing if they've thought about this, because it's a great way for them to really make a difference
Yeah.
and really be able to give back to the country and the cultures
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
love. So
Yeah.
I'm so excited to attend.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to having these conversations, and I can't thank you enough for inviting me.
You're
So
welcome.
yeah, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be an amazing summit, and I cannot wait.
Speaking of ESG, so with the summit, one of the things I really wanted us to do was give back to the community.
Yes.
Because I just didn't want it to be a big old
Yeah.
summit, amazing stuff, but then we're not also kind of having positive impacts in the society. And actually, this is something I saw in my corporate job.
Yes.
So in my corporate job, they would kind of like adopt a charity for like
Yes.
2 years or 3 years. And then as employees, we would also support the charity either through walks, through running, raise funds. And I was like, that's a really interesting way of giving back and also getting the staff to be involved in the
yes.
charity. So for the Jasiri Network, we have a charity.
Amazing. I'm
we
gonna
have
come
a
and
charity
meet
that we are
them.
supporting, and we are supporting them through providing like mentors and also financially.
Incredible.
So some of the proceeds from the summit are going to the charity.
Good.
This lady?
I know. Look how you're
lady?
doing great stuff.
Yeah, some of the proceeds will go to the charity. We'll also make sure we have a few mentors for the charity because the charity is essentially supporting young kids in Mombasa who are just straight from like primary school.
Amazing.
I think, I don't know what you call it here, but kids under 14 years,
Yes.
just joining high school, and also they take them all the way through like uni and support
Wow.
them through their first job. So those kids need like mentors.
Yes, they do.
And
Support.
they need to see what's possible,
Yeah.
right? And these are kids from disadvantaged backgrounds. So we are supporting them in providing mentors from the Jasiri Network community and proceeds. And I also think it would be a great idea for us to also have a few of the community members donating as well.
Yes.
And
Love
this is
it.
a charity
Love
that's
it.
been running for like,
Love
is it
it.
10, 15 years?
Amazing.
So, and they pitched and I was like, yeah.
Makes
Love
perfect
it.
sense.
It
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
We're invested in
right?
Africa. This is
Yes.
the future. It's
Love it.
perfect. I love this.
Awesome, awesome. So another question. What's the first thing you're going to do when you land in Nairobi?
Oh,
JC.
Oh gosh, I love food.
Yes.
So
Oh, yes.
nyama choma, kachumbari,
Yes.
and a cold African Fanta.
Yes.
That is all I
It
need.
tastes different.
It does. It does taste different.
Yeah.
That is all I need. Yeah, give me that,
Perfect.
then I'll see the family.
Somali.
Oh, good one. I think I'm just gonna pray firstly because I'm back home.
just
I'm
landed.
Yes. I will. It's definitely the food. One of my favorite dishes from Kenya is the coconut beans. Oh my gosh.
Do you know the thing is, I love beans as well.
Yeah, the
and I
coconut
tell
beans.
people like I love beans and rice.
Yes.
And they're like,
They don't know. They don't understand.
know.
They don't understand.
And I'm like, it tastes so good.
It's incredible. Yeah. So definitely some food. And I just love all the little smoothie bars. Like there's one on every road in Kenya for some reason. But so
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go get a smoothie, see my friends, and then you just start counting down the days.
Yes. What will I do? I think I'm quite excited. Like, it's been 5 years, and every single time I fly into Nairobi, my family wants to come for me at the airport. And I, like, no matter what time. And I'm like, guys, it's 5 freaking years.
Yes.
But so I think the first thing I'll do is just meet my family at
Yeah,
the
Yes.
airport.
you.
And then my mom is so sweet. She always makes food for me. I'm
Ah,
like, no
that's
matter
nice.
what, like there's always food at home when I
Available.
arrive, which
Love
is
that.
amazing.
Nice.
She makes some great food, so I can't wait.
Amazing.
Another question. What is the thing you hope to take away from the summit?
Oh, good.
What's your takeaway?
So, well, apart from the contacts that I will make,
Yes.
being in a room with visionaries,
Yes.
with incredible people doing amazing things.
Yes.
I think it's just soaking in everything.
Yes.
Yeah, so hopefully I would be able to inspire them. They would be able to inspire me.
Yes.
So just taking notes.
Yes.
Because they might recommend me something that I had no idea
Yes.
existed. So yeah, just taking the knowledge in. Pretty much.
Amazing. Yourself?
Ooh.
Not staying in Kenya.
Yes. Making sure I get my flight back to London.
But you're still welcome if in case you want to.
Want
so.
to stay,
Yeah.
overstay for sure. I need to figure out that visa, but yes. I think it's going to be the conversations that we have.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be very inspiring.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see things from so many different angles, and I think that's going to create space for us to do something incredible.
Amazing.
I think this is
Yeah.
the start of something amazing. It's not just going to be a yearly thing. It's going
Yeah.
to be building legacy.
Yeah. True.
And that is so exciting to be a part of and
Yeah.
to witness, because
Yeah.
not many people can say that.
Yeah.
That's true. No, I'm quite excited. I mean, this is going to be quite interesting because, yes, we have lots of summits in Nairobi, we have lots of events, but this is one where it's by the diaspora, myself and the team at Jasiri for the diaspora, somebody who's really tailoring the summit to the diaspora needs. Because I've seen a lot of summits in Nairobi, and they're trying to get the diaspora. But then when you look at it, and even when you attend, you're like, they have no idea what we are going through.
Yeah.
Or maybe the demographics is, the
Not
target
right.
is different. And I feel like there's this different crop of African diaspora, young, kind of just up and going. And I use young very generously. Because we are in our early 30s and we're still like young. And I'm like, are we young?
We are young.
Yes,
But
we
like
are.
young people, like in the early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, and even 40s, kind of up and coming and just doing fantastic things. And I'm also quite looking forward to the entertainment part of the day, because later on we're going to have some great time.
Yes, obviously. Apart from everything, I want to make long-lasting connections.
Yes.
Me too.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking to make friends.
Yes.
Because I want to visit America sometime. So if I have a connection there,
Yes, and that's what it's
We want to
about.
go to New York. That's what I've been telling
to New
Tracy.
York. So you never know who you're gonna
2
meet.
trips are now planned.
Yes, East African road trip, but
Yes.
New York.
Perfect.
Okay. I have another question. If you could plan the next Jasiri Network Summit, where would it be? So this one is going to be Nairobi.
Yeah.
Where should the next one be?
I think that the next one should, in Utopia,
Yes.
okay? The next one should probably be in Accra, Ghana. Only because Accra is now a hub
Yes.
for entrepreneurship,
Yes.
innovation.
Yes.
The city itself is filled with history, with culture,
Yeah.
and everyone just seems to be in Accra.
Yes,
know.
that's very
Yeah,
true.
so that's the place to be.
Yes.
The next
Okay.
summit, we are in Accra.
Okay.
I like
so
that.
Molly.
The East and West
Yeah.
Africa
Yes.
connect. I love that. Well, I would say probably Rwanda. And the reason
yes.
why I would
That's a
say
good one.
Rwanda is because of like the East African community. I think
Yeah.
the headquarters are there.
Yeah.
There's so much investment.
Yeah.
I think it's a great tourist like destination. So I think it could work for so many different people across
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be the base for East Africa after Nairobi. So I
Yeah.
think it would be great to also build something there.
Yeah. Wow. I you know what? I think I love the suggestions, and actually something I wanted to kind of highlight is when flying back to Africa and whichever home country you're from, try and see if you can get like multi-city flights.
Yes.
I didn't know about it. So the reason why I knew about the multi-city flight was because last year, a friend of mine, I have friends from all over Africa. A friend of mine from Zimbabwe was getting married, and we were flying back to Zimbabwe, Harare, for the traditional wedding and also for the white wedding. And because I was like, okay, instead of just going to Harare and coming back and then in August and then going back to Kenya in December, why not just put the trip together? So I tried seeing the flight thing, how that would work, and I was like, okay, so should I just book a flight to Nairobi and then book another separate flight to Harare? And when I was looking, I was like, it was almost double the price.
Yeah.
But then when you do the multi-city
City.
flight,
Yeah.
So
which is
cheaper.
you book your flight from, so if I'm coming from London, I book from London back to London, but then with stopover in Nairobi and then going to Harare. And you know, it was only £150 extra.
Wow.
From double the price to £150 extra.
And you get to
Wow,
see two.
you get to
Exactly.
see-
So
yeah.
if you're coming for the Nairobi summit, book another trip to
Uganda.
Uganda,
Yeah.
book another trip to Tanzania, and get your money's worth instead of
Sure.
just having one
one stop.
One stop. You know, two for the price of one. And
Amazing.
probably it's going to
Yeah.
be like £100 and £150 extra.
Incredible.
Okay, cool. So what is the best way? So this is back again to the summit. And
Okay.
I know a lot of people are always like, oh, summits, kind of crazy, kind of scary, because they don't know how to kind of, break the ice and, have conversations with attendees. But, you guys seem to be really good at making friends at summits, at conferences. So what is the best way to start a conversation? And this is the last question. So it's on a lighter note.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I would say East Africans in general are some of the most welcoming people. So
yeah.
I think it's not even something where you have to find someone to come with. I
Yes.
think you can definitely come by yourself and you're going to meet someone there or someone's going to talk to you.
Yes.
I would always start with a smile and just be approachable and open and be ask questions, be interested to find out. If you see someone and you're like, oh, what are they talking about or what do they do? Just ask the questions. I think it's going to be a space where no one's there for showbiz or whatever it is.
Yes.
It's all about getting to meet as many people, and there's going to be so many different activities.
Yeah.
So definitely a place where if you don't know anyone or if this is your first summit, you're still going to be able to have someone to speak to or relate to.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
100%. Well, how I normally start conversations is I compliment people.
Yeah, great way.
Yes.
Both men and women.
Yeah, not in a creepy way.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Don't be
you know,
creepy.
Don't be
Don't be
creepy.
creepy.
But yeah, I compliment them, ask them about their passion. People tend
Yeah, what they
to
do.
like talking about their passions.
Yeah.
Then kick off the conversation from there. That would open doors to deeper and meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
So yeah, but as you said, East Africans,
And even Africans,
even Africans in general, we are so welcoming. We have this
Yeah.
vibe that
Yeah.
you could
the
talk
sun.
to us.
Yeah.
It is the sun. It is the sun. So yeah, just carry
And
a
it's
smile.
a summit. Everyone is there to network
True.
and
Yeah.
talk to
True,
each other.
true.
And we're going to have like panel discussions and also like kind of sideline workshops. So feel free to talk to people. Come talk to us if you can't talk to
Yes.
anyone. And sometimes I can be a little bit awkward with people.
You.
Me, yes. So I'm introverted and extroverted. So
Same
ambivert.
time,
So sometimes before I warm up to people, I can be a
After.
little bit awkward. So what I usually do is I introduce myself. I'm like, hi, my name is Nancy. What's your name?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, now it's on your you
codes. Yeah.
to kind of now make this fun.
conversation.
So introduce yourself, let the other person introduce themselves, and just see, ask them how's the day going, how's
Yeah.
the summit, and if you're not vibing, if the conversation not going anywhere, it's okay.
Yeah.
It
Be
is
like, okay, it's lovely meeting you. I'll be over there. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of people that are going to be
There
there,
is.
so
Yeah.
you'll find
True.
someone for sure.
Yeah, and that's it. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap,
for
guys.
Jasiri Network. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been so much fun, and I'm so grateful that you got to do this with me. I know it's a Sunday, it's rainy, and everyone came through. I don't take it for granted. And you
No.
guys also coming for the summit. You're
Thank
flying
you
through
so
to
much.
Nairobi.
We're gonna be there.
You know what? I feel like at this point, I should be working with the Kenya Tourism Board.
Yes.
Because what the hell?
We'll put it on the map.
But I'm really
Yeah.
excited. Nairobi Summit Jasiri Network. It's going to be on the 21st of December. And if you really want to also attend the pre-event reception, it's on the 20th. Tickets are across all platforms, across social media, on our website. If you type in Jasiri Network, you'll find us and you'll find where we are selling the tickets. Grab your tickets. We have very limited spots actually. So for the first Jasiri event, we were like, I was like, I like saying we because we is like me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
And that's something I learned in business. Like, say we, because we are a team.
We're a
It's like,
team.
we are a team. It's
Yeah.
me, myself, and I. So I felt like for the first inaugural event, I wanted to be a bit more intimate. So we have very limited spots. Make sure you grab your tickets. They're out. And I'm really excited to be meeting you in Nairobi.
In Nairobi, we are in Nairobi, baby.
See you there.
Nancy, you are doing great.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Darling, you spoke about the charity.
Yes.
Honestly,
You're
like
inspiring.
very inspiring.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it. The Bible tells us about giving back.
Yes.
Okay? And you're owning it.
Amen.
You're owning it. Your
Amen.
blessings will
Thank
come
you
10
so
times.
much.
Amen.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. As we have an incredible community, and I don't take it for granted.
True.
Like, people come all the way from Manchester, Birmingham for our London events. Like, it's so crazy, and
Yes.
people like plan their schedule, and it means a lot. In the UK, you know how you have to tell
Yes.
people about your event like weeks, months in advance, and they have to put it in your schedule. So I'm always
Yeah.
grateful, and thank you, girls.
No,
and
no
that's
problem.
it. Bye bye.